We are talking about the Susan Powell case, and she is missing. She's been missing since December 6th, Sunday. Do we have a quick comment from Dog on this?
Well, thank you very much. You know, let me tell you this. Now, I've chased and captured killers. Of all the crimes, the killers are the stupidest, the dumbest. You see, this guy, what did you do? You forgot it was Sunday. Wait a minute. You watched football on that Sunday. What did you do the next Sunday? That's how dumb they are. They came up with, you know, I thought it was Sunday and it was Monday. Come on, man. You know, that you got to have a better excuse than that. I guess look like they're trying to chase rocket scientists. These guys that Scott Peterson guys that kill their wives like this. Leave clues all over. You know what I mean?
Much for the. I guess Dog doesn't believe in the presumption of innocence. I guess somehow that goes out the window.
In America. Listen, I do, and you know, this is a new era, brah. You do this kind of stuff, this is where sodium pentothal, methamphetamine needs to come into play.
Well,
and Tim
I don't disagree with you.
Shoot him up with some true serum and set him next to a man of God. I'm bringing out the gavel
for the first time tonight. Again, this husband has not been charged with anything. He is not even considered a suspect, according to police, but he has been behaving very, very strangely. I want to go back. And of course, thank you, Dog, for your comments, and I appreciate your help on the other case. But I want to go back to Chuck Cox, Susan Powell's father, and ask you, originally when you were on the show, you said basically you didn't really want to discuss your son-in-law because you were trying to be, I guess, loyal, and you felt that, hey, I just don't want to get into it. But now you've been publicly expressing some doubts. Tell us how you've shifted a little bit and why.
Well, it's been 2 weeks. The shock, if my son-in-law's wife is missing, I could understand he might be under pressure. All of a sudden, everything's against him. Now, it's been 2 weeks. He now has competent legal counsel, and he's back with his father and the local family. So I'm looking for answers. I want to find my daughter, and I'm looking for a viable story, something that the police can verify from my son-in-law, and I'm waiting for that. And time's running out. I want the help he can provide to find my daughter Susan.
A Utah court has issued a subpoena to 3 Salt Lake TV stations. They want the original video of interviews reporters did with Josh Powell after his wife went missing. Here's a clip from one of those interviews that we're going to analyze.
A lot of times I just go camping with my boys, you know, not anything big. I just go overnight, and you know, we do s'mores and stuff like that. And so I just went with the boys. I was planning to do some s'mores in the morning, and then we did, and then when we got home, on the way home, I found out that people were worried about us and we were missing.
Steve Cardian, you're the criminal investigator, very, very hesitant as he speaks. Why do you think that prosecutors and law enforcement want to take a very good look, not just at the clips that aired, but the entire raw tape?
Jane, they want to look at him, and we saw him on that video, and he's searching for his words almost as though he was making up the story as he went along. He seemed confused. Law enforcement is going to have to take a look at him months prior to this, see everywhere he goes. They're going to look at his computer. They're going to look at his credit card records. They're going to look at his Easy Pass records, and they're going to have to find and pinpoint where, in fact, he was that evening that she disappeared.
What I don't get is, in this day and age of videotape, you would think, Mark Eiglarsh, that given that he says he drove and he was seen actually leaving the house and then coming back, that at some point there'd be a video of him either getting gas or driving on a street. I mean, it's amazing to me that we still have not got to that point in this day and age.
That's correct. And, you know, he should have thought about these things beforehand, because if he's claiming he went to a certain location, that could easily be shown not to be truthful. if we have the technology that you're speaking of. Unfortunately, we don't. It hasn't caught up with us. And unfortunately, we would know right away if he's lying or not, other than relying on this, which tends to suggest that he is. I don't know.
A quick question for the father. We're hearing now as well that the couple was seeing a marriage counselor and that there were money problems. We do know, published reports, that they had declared bankruptcy, or he had, and that there was debt at a certain point a couple years ago of $200,000. What do you know, sir?
I know they did declare bankruptcy, and it was related to a business transaction he had while he was working to expand a real estate business. But it was my understanding that had all been cleared up, and with his current full-time employment and her employment, the finances were not an issue that I was aware of.
Sir, I want you to know we're going to stay on this case. We're going to keep your daughter's picture out there, and we would love you to come back. Hopefully, we will have a happy ending. Thank you, fabulous
Thank you.
panel. Coming up next, we're going to talk